fala sobre a relação com o ex-namorado Daniel Cravinhos.
Eu me arrependo muito.
Você acha que se você não tivesse conhecido o Daniel, nada disso teria acontecido na sua vida?
Não, nada disso, nada disso.
She was beautiful, gorgeous, and brilliant. Suzane Von Richthofen, an 18-year-old Brazilian beauty, had everything except her parents' approval and their money. The socialite fantasized about a wealthy life with her forbidden love, and she was willing to go to any lengths, including murder, to make her dreams come true. This is Suzane Von Richthofen's story. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. Suzane was born and reared in a wealthy area of São Paulo, Brazil, where she lived in an opulent mansion with her parents, the German engineer Manfred von Richthofen, his wife, the Brazilian psychiatrist Marija, and their 15-year-old son Andreas. Suzane studied law at a prestigious Catholic institution. Suzane began dating Daniel Cravinhos, a college dropout who taught Andreas how to fly miniature airplanes, when she was 16 years old. Their parents had little affection for Daniel. After all, he was an unemployed addict from a poor family, and in their opinion, he was in no way suitable for their only daughter. Nevertheless, they were inseparable. Daniel made a mural dedicated to Suzane on the wall of his bedroom and slept on a pillowcase bearing her image. The Von Richthofens urged that she immediately terminate her affair with Daniel, but Suzane was smitten by him, and nothing could separate them. Suzane begged her parents to purchase her and Daniel an apartment, but they adamantly refused. They informed her that she was free to do anything she wished with her own money, but as long as she remained under their roof, she must abide by their regulations. Suzane's parents threatened to cut her off when she would not quit the connection. She replied by terminating their lives. Suzane dropped off Andreas at an internet cafe on Halloween night in 2002 before returning home with Daniel and his 26-year-old brother, Christian. She disarmed the alarm, turned off the security cameras, and smuggled the men inside while directing them to her parents' bedroom. Suzane sat on the couch and waited patiently as Daniel and Christian used improvised iron bars to attack her sleeping parents. After that failed, they brutally suffocated the couple with a plastic bag. The trio of murderers raided the residence and seized a modest fortune in cash. The couple checked into a hotel for a romantic rendezvous while Christian headed to a nearby fast food restaurant. Suzane picked up Andreas from the cafe at 3 a.m. and took him home, where she found their deceased parents and contacted the police. The following day, confused neighbors watched as Suzane and Daniel paraded about the Von Richthofen pool in their swimwear before celebrating her 19th birthday all night long. Weeks later, Suzane's loved ones consoled her at her parents' funeral, unaware that she had orchestrated the awful massacre. Suzane was viewed with initial suspicion by the investigators. There were no traces of a forced entrance, and some valuable goods had been left behind. The scenario was obviously staged to resemble a bungled burglary. Suzane was nearly in possession of her parents' $11 million Brazilian real, $2.1 million USD, worth of assets. She only needed to murder Andreas. The clue for the arrest came with Christian Cravinhos, who had bought a motorcycle a few days later and paid cash in $100 bills. A few days later, on November 9, 2002, he was arrested, as well as his brother. When the police discovered a pistol stitched into a teddy bear in Suzane's bedroom, they were able to foil her intention to commit murder. Suzane quickly confessed to the murders and implicated the Cravinhos brothers. Each of the three was charged with murder. They were all playing the blame games after they were caught. The girl blamed both brothers while the brothers claimed she planned it all. Suzane's parents, who at first allowed her relationship to Daniel Cravinhos, changed their opinion when they discovered that he used marijuana almost daily. Also, his lower-class background and his unwillingness to work or to attend school caused their disagreement. In July 2002, her parents were on vacation, so Daniel moved in with the children for a month, much to Suzane's delight. When the parents came back home, Suzane suggested they buy her a flat in which she could live with Daniel, but her father refused, saying that she could do whatever she liked to only if she earned money herself. In a pre-trial interview held in 2006, a bashful Suzane sobbed and laid the entire burden on Daniel.
Sido manipulada pelo ex-namorado.
Ele sempre me dava muita droga, muita droga. Ele sempre mandava eu usar muita droga e eu cada vez era mais e mais e mais droga e ele me dava mais droga. E isso foi acabando comigo, Ele falava, se você me ama, usa, se você me ama, usa, se você me ama, faz isso, e eu ia.
Fortunately, the reporter was able to capture Suzane's attorney coaching her on just what to say. Suzane was caught in the act of lying.
Fala, dá um beijo, ora.
Não vou conseguir.
Você tá feliz? Então você tá feliz. Tá feliz? Acabou.
On June 5, 2006, Suzane von Richthofen, along with the Cravinhos, was put on trial in São Paulo for homicidio qualificado, the equivalent of first-degree murder in Brazilian law. The trial was delayed and finally started on July 17. On trial, Suzane blamed Daniel Cravinhos for everything, while the Cravinhos brothers claimed that they acted on her wishes. Prosecutor Roberto Tardelli, however, called Suzane the mastermind of the crime. Roberto Tardelli called for 50 years imprisonment for each of the three defendants. Suzane was described as a personification of the evil blonde. On July 22, 2006, Suzane was sentenced to 40 years in prison for the crime. Daniel Cravinhos got the same sentence and his brother Christian was sentenced to 38 years for conspiracy. Suzane never received any of her parents' cash. All of it was given to her brother. In 2014, Von Richthofen got married to another prisoner, and they shared the cell with 8 other couples. The couple divorced when her wife left prison. As of May 2016, she is in custody in a women's prison outside São Paulo.